Hey there, my name is Peyton. Let me start by saying this is not going to be another political rant. We can all get enough of that just by scrolling to the next video. But everyone has their vices. For the better part of the last decade, I have been completely consumed by all the political drama, unfortunately to my own detriment. I'd wake up and have it on as I was getting ready for the gym in the morning, and then I'd get home and have it on in the background throughout the rest of the day. It was an all-consuming and exhaustive waste of my energy, and it depleted my efforts in nearly everything else. I even wanted to do a political podcast, but with the oversaturation of everyone arguing and yelling all their bias of what they think they know, there was just something tugging at my heartstrings telling me that this is not where your focus should be. But I kept watching, reposting and posting and marching and protesting and basically doing what I could where I could. But I see now, more than ever, that my focus and the collective focus has been completely hijacked. The powers that be are holding us captive in this hate and divisiveness. Our focus and energy should be more towards loving and enlightening one another, thereby raising our own consciousness. In the lead up to the elections, I had lost my job. I was nursing a knee injury that I was getting ready to have surgery for. I was applying for more work, but I was not finding anything. And that, as well as the inability to work out and feel active, overall, it all had me feeling very lost and depressed. 2024 was just turning out to be the hardest and most challenging year of my life. I'd never been so disappointed in myself. Put it to you this way, I've never personally been able to understand how anyone could see that the only way out of life's mess would be to just end it all. And while I've always said I could never do that, in that moment, I could see why somebody would. And that scared the hell out of me. But I just couldn't get out of that depression. At about that time, two of the closest people in my life came to me and suggested that maybe I should try meditating. That maybe that could help me find clarity and purpose and clear out some of this darkness that had moved in. So I started following a couple meditation channels. I had tried meditating years before, but was never really able to focus in and resonate with it. So I started out small, 5 to 10 minute meditations at first, and committed to a solid week of that. I had heard that meditating first thing in the morning before I grabbed my phone to check emails or social media or texts, that was a great way to really engage your mind when your brain is still in those alpha and theta waves, which are the early brain waves that you're in upon waking or when falling asleep, when your brain isn't ramped up going a mile a minute basically. And well, 1 week turned into two into three, and now I'm meditating at minimum 30 minutes to an hour every morning. I wake up with enough time to give myself an undisturbed amount of time going within to find the clarity I need to raise my consciousness and change my life. And for me, guided meditations were a great place to start. Dr. Joe Dispenza has some that were really helpful for when you're new to this and maybe don't exactly know what you're doing or how to do it. And with my newfound meditation practices and by going on my fair share of internet deep dives, I started seeing synchronicities. I started becoming a more well-informed person. I started being exposed to more and more historical facts, aided by corrected biblical translations and factual timelines, the Gnostic Gospels, esoteric teachings, sacred geometry. I mean, I went all in. And by listening to well-informed historians, scientists, and mathematicians, I would have never guessed that my true spiritual awakening would have ever come by finding enlightenment outside of religion. But that's exactly what happened. And now I'm more confident than ever knowing that I don't need organized religion to have a fulfilling relationship and understanding with source energy. With having 100% proof of that existence through the straightforward beauty of math, geometry, and sound. I mean, it just completely dispelled years and years of Christian religious dogma in an instant. Throughout this enlightening, I've come to know that all the old judgments and doubts were wrong. I'm exactly who the Creator meant me to be. There are no mistakes. Only the right path unfolding. Actually, the only mistake would be for us to live a life void of love. from that moment on, I knew I was no longer that Christian that I grew up as. And I know for many that's a controversial thing for me to say. And for those who aren't able to vibrate at this level of consciousness, well, they're not going to appreciate me saying that. But it's the truth. The Kabbalah says that we are not humans walking around with a spirit inside of us, but rather we are that spirit temporarily inhabiting this human form. And that our purpose in this life is to create a creature and fill it with unbounded delight. As a spirit, I have created a creature, me. This body is my spirit's creation, and my purpose now is to fill it with unbounded delight. That love is whatever makes me shine. It's how I treat this body temple. It's how I love it and how I love others. So please, be whoever it is that you want to be, your most true, authentic self. And share that divine, loving energy with everyone, no matter who they want to be. And together, we can all build a community of loving, caring people that are striving for the betterment of the collective consciousness. Let's raise our collective consciousness. Join me. Hit subscribe if you want, follow along, and let's all do our part to help raise that consciousness. I'm tired of the judgments. I'm tired of the ugliness. It's not needed. Be whoever it is that you want to be, your true, authentic self. And share it with me on this channel. Share it with others. Share it with everyone. My name is Peyton, and I help people lead with love so that we can recognize our oneness and raise our consciousness.